Welcome back to Of Dice and Friends, your weekly serving of magic, mayhem, and misadventure. I'm Joey, your host and dungeon master, and I'm back after Sarek stole the reins from me last week. And here we are. This is the beginning of the final part 6 of our campaign.
So many emotions.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's exciting. It's a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
But I'd also like to hesitantly welcome Nolan back to the table.
Wow.
Come to wound me further, have you?
Wound you further?
Yeah.
You hate my puns so much you removed me from the podcast for a week.
And the pun still cropped up, and I
Good.
know that was your doing.
Good. That wasn't my doing. I wasn't even here.
You're corrupting Greg. He's such an innocent soul.
I'm showing him the way.
Okay.
If we go to the amusement park, you know what Joey's favorite game is going to be? Whack-a-pun.
Yeah. It'd just be Nolan's head coming out of the
Oh, wow.
Joey's going to do until like the mallet breaks and there
Yeah.
are pieces flying in the air, crying and screaming. Yeah.
Well, hey, guys. I'm obviously back for this week. I don't know how long. I think that now that Joey realizes he can remove me from episodes, I don't know how much time I have left, guys.
Yeah, it was really nice knowing you, Nolan.
Throw
We'll
in
miss
as
you.
many puns as you can.
I have
know,
so
right?
much power.
But in the last week, I had some time off and I was like, I kind of want to get like a pet lizard because they're just so cool. But there's like a huge selection of them. So I went to the like reptile store, right? Or like just your local pet store, basically. And they had a chameleon there, which was really cool. But like, I don't know how much you know about chameleons. Apparently, they're like really needy. They're like one of the most. No, this isn't a pun. I'm being serious.
Okay,
You apparently have to be like an expert, like lizard handler for chameleons.
Okay.
Did you know that?
No.
Neither did I. I wanted one, but they had one there that wouldn't change colors, and I was like, well, what's wrong with that one? And then they told me, oh, he has a reptile dysfunction.
I'm so glad you're back.
That was one of your best ones yet.
That was really good.
Thank you for coming back to the table and hurting Joey some more.
Greg, edit that out.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, I'm Greg and I play JR. And speaking of lizards, I always wanted one of those bearded dragons. I think they're like the coolest lizard you can get. And I really want one. And we were at the Renaissance Fair a couple months ago, and this guy was walking around with a bearded dragon on his shoulder, and it had little dragon wings.
That's
He was just
awesome.
walking around the Renaissance Fair with it.
Adorable.
And I just want one. They're like one of the friendliest lizards I think
Really?
you can get. They love being held for some reason.
How long do they live? Do you have any idea?
Bearded dragons, I think, can go 20.
Wow.
They're
That's
live
not
a
bad.
long time.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then also, we'll be announcing the drawing for the survey next Sunday. So if you haven't filled it out, get going on that. Or if you just want to give us some feedback, fill it out anyway.
Is that next Sunday as per the recording of this
Yes.
episode or the release of this episode?
As of the release of this episode,
Okay.
it'll be that
So
Sunday.
2 Sundays from now.
September 17th, we'll
Okay,
be
cool.
picking from all the emails submitted randomly, and then we'll let them know. So yeah, fill out the survey if you haven't, if you want to win.
Awesome. Well, speaking of reptiles, I was at Dragon Con this past weekend.
Nice segue.
That was
That
such a
was.
trip. And like, speaking of like weird people, and I consider myself a weird person, right? I mean, I do this recording with like a parrot sitting on my shoulder half the time. But yeah, I mean,
And you're a
When you
writer?
put it,
And
writers
writers by
are
definition are weird.
so weird. I was hanging out with a bunch of like really big name fantasy authors. They're nuts. I love them so much. They're like my people, So we had a really great time, had very little sleep, rubbed elbows with like some of the coolest cosplayers I have ever seen. Like the amount of time and money and love that goes into, I mean, like it was nuts. It was so cool. So if you guys have never been to Dragon Con in Atlanta, definitely look into it. I think I'm going to be a featured guest next year. So if you're there,
Oh, cool.
come say hello. Yeah. I'll be the drunken writer stumbling around trying to figure out, which direction I'm going since
One
it's...
of many, I imagine.
Yeah, because it's sprawled across like 5 different hotels. It's nuts. It's awesome.
I don't have a good segue from that
You have nothing about lizards or reptiles?
or cons or anything like that.
Can you eat a lizard or a reptile?
I am sure the person could eat a reptile
Yeah.
or a lizard of certain types. I'm not sure. I didn't do my homework on that. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I did want to talk about the sea cucumber because apparently this is something you can eat.
Yeah.
And in fact, they're eaten in such large quantities, I guess, in South Asia. They're actually impacting the population of these things. Which, if you've ever seen a sea cucumber, they look like little turds on the bottom of the ocean. And
I was
sometimes big ones.
gonna say sand dildos. Okay.
Sand dildo is a great description as well. They're kind of dark,
What?
and apparently it's like eating sand.
Ugh.
Like they're really gritty. And I don't know I've never eaten one. But if you've seen one of these things, you would not think to yourself, I could eat that. But yeah, you can.
Well, I would say that about a lot of things, like eggs. That's so weird that we eat those.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Like, who was like, this chicken just laid an egg. I'm going to eat that.
I can't remember which food personality it was. I don't know if it was like Anthony Bourdain or Guy Fieri, but like it was one of these guys who's just known for eating like anything and everything, right? I think it was maybe Guy Fieri. And he was in China and he ate a sea cucumber. And for the first time I'd ever seen, I used to watch his stuff a lot, like he was struggling. He was really struggling. He described it as just a mouthful of sand.
Yeah, I've read the same. I read about it. And apparently, like, I think it's off the coast of Portugal. They've been harvesting these things in large numbers and it's becoming a problem.
Just eat sand instead.
I know. It's like, it's kind of weird. The fascination some people have and some cultures have with eating unusual food items that might possess like magical curative powers, like aphrodisiacs and so on, like rhino horn. I mean, of all the things to go and
I think
like
more
eat.
Viagra pills are sold in America than like anywhere else.
Yeah,
so
but at least
we
you're
just
not killing an endangered species to do it.
We're just
right?
supporting the pharmaceutical companies to do it and letting them do it for us.
What's the lesser of two evils?
Right.
I guess, right?
Well, we don't have Sarek to save us from this.
No, we don't.
Nope.
I can come in with another pun.
Close the loop, Aaron. Close the loop. Okay.
I'll save you, Joey. I'll save you. All right, guys, raise your glasses. May future us not regret the choices we make today.
Cheers.
No promises. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Chapter 53, Fog of War. The moments that follow Immigoth's sacrifice are unsettling, like the quiet after thunder or the darkness after blowing out a candle. All is still in the tavern known as Ghouls and Grogs. And then, all at once, motion returns. The barkeeper and the 3 customers are broken free from their stasis and continue talking as if nothing ever happened. And while there's no curtain call for Immigoth, someone does enter the tavern after the performances end. Mo, who... Well, how do you enter, Mo?
Well, I'm going to just walk out of the bathroom that I walked into a while ago. I'm going to like look around really confused and then see you guys and then give like that really awkward head nod and then I'll walk over to the group.
You know, I was thinking that if Mo showed up again, I'd probably like slam against a wall with like a chokehold to make sure that it was. But no, it's clearly Mo.
So I'm going to walk up and you realize I'm kind of like confused looking around. Hey guys, what are we doing here? Don't we have like a meeting for like the Gathering Storm in like 7 days?
I'm just face palming so hard.
I'm sorry, what?
The Gathering Storm, that huge meeting we have to crash in Yabu's Rise, that's like in a week. Why are we in a tavern?
No. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You've been...
Oh my
Oh, do you realize what this means?
Yeah, Finian, you gotta fill him in.
Wait. Joey, how
Don't
much
look at
time?
me.
How much time has passed since the meeting of the Gathering Storm?
I got you. Immiga told me to do that.
You bastard.
You know what, Finian? Still fill him in.
No, wait.
Yeah, Finian.
Did you miss what happened, or are you
Come on.
conscious and aware?
JR, we'll leave them alone for the next 40 hours.
For the next 40 hours.
What happened?
Well-
and why do you have toilet paper stuck to your foot?
Oh. Ew, I should have felt that. I'll like peel it off. No, so what happened was I really did go to the bathroom, but when I was in there, this like giant Birdman came in and then the door disappeared. So I looked at him, I was like, this is awkward. And then he was like, he scolded me for a little bit saying like, you should always use the restroom before the curtains go up. And then he said, because I was late, I didn't get to be in the show. And then he put me up in the crowd, so I got to see you guys. And hey, that was cool. You guys did good.
You were there? Why didn't you come and eat popcorn?
I wasn't
with me?
allowed to. I was late to the show, so I didn't get to be part of the act.
I guess that checks out.
But you're safe.
Yeah. He tried tricking me a lot, but I have that whole like power now where he can't trick me. So it's like really just a lot of awkward small talk between
I don't
me
know.
and him.
Someone asked Mo a question that only Mo would know the answer to.
I have a question for you, Mo.
What is it?
At some point in your past, when you went to the bathroom, did you have to pull up your pants afterwards?
Well, I've used the bathroom a lot in my life. There's been times I haven't had pants on. There's been times I've had pants on while using the bathroom. Well, anyway, why? Why does this matter?
I think that answers the question.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Speaking of
think so.
pants, do you have any extras?
Oh, yeah, JR
Are you
is
just walking around with your like dingle hanging out?
I guess you would be, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I don't have extra
bold.
pants.
I will walk over to a table and see if there's a tablecloth.
Can I use like prestidigitation to make his penis disappear?
Not
I
give
don't
him
think how
pants.
that works.
No, I think that would require minor illusion. Very minor illusion.
Wow.
Or maybe he needs a regeneration spell. Regardless.
Probably only have to be a really small spell.
I didn't hear any complaints.
Wait a minute, that wasn't referencing that night, was it?
I don't know. Was it?
I'll never tell.
Well, I am glad you're safe, young Modus. We were all worried about you.
That's really good to hear. Thanks, Sensei.
You're welcome.
Oh, his name's Leslie. Did you know that?
No, Sensei Horace,
And
please.
Sure
his
thing, Leslie.
estate is worth $2 million.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
We should keep him around. Actually, I will walk up to Horace and put my hand on his shoulder. You know what? You're still vile and contemptible, but strangely endearing. You're frankly welcome to join my pasta party most days.
Pasta party.
He'll be our Danny DeVito from It's Always Sunny.
Actually, that's strangely perfect.
It's perfect.
He seems thoughtful at the invitation, and he opens his mouth to say something stupid, but he catches himself, and he's just thinking through this.
So, what do we do now?
I guess we got one more demigod to take out.
That, and because JR has already started, we probably should continue the game of strip poker he started previously.
I mean, we can.
I mean, aren't
We're in a
you,
bar.
Finian, aren't you just wearing like one article of clothing?
Well, I've got armor on. And I've got a, jerkin underneath.
A what?
You heard me.
What are you jerking underneath?
No wonder your
like-
robe's so big. You never know what's going on.
I was going to offer you my robe, but I didn't think you would appreciate it. It's a little dirty.
Yeah.
On the inside.
Finian!
I will use.
I would rather go in the fog now.
Because you're like outside in the fog. I can't see anything, and this is the way I like it. I wish I could hear nothing, too.
Yeah, right.
I'll put a little blue dragon sigil on your tablecloth with prestidigitation. So at least if you're walking around in a dress, it'll be a fashionable one.
Ooh.
It's not a dress, it's a kilt.
Cool guy.
All right.
Toga.
I will say, Mo, it is really nice to have you back. But I kind of feel like, and I'm not just saying this because I want to drink more, but I do kind of feel like we should raise a glass to Imagith. That was a pretty stellar performance.
True. Is the bartender still here?
Yeah.
Is everyone gone?
No, they're all here.
Ah.
They're just as if nothing ever happened.
I
Yeah.
go over to the bar,
Yeah.
and I ask the bartender,
So, what's the name of this bar?
Oh, this is the halfway in.
That's pretty good.
Ew.
Finian, grab us a few beers. Maybe a few more.
grab quite a few beers from the bartender, and give her some coin. And I walk back to where my comrades are seated. Are we sitting, standing?
Yeah,
Or
I
whatever
guess
the
we've
matter?
taken a table.
Yeah. Well, here's to Mo's return and to Immigat's demise.
Here, here.
Here.
Yeah, cheers. Happy to be back, guys.
Yeah, cheers. Only one more god to go.
I guess, like, when we get rid of the last one, is it just fixed? Like, have we thought about this? Is it just done?
Hopefully.
Let's not put the cart before the horse. What do we need to do now?
What? That is an absurd thing to say. Let's not shoot all of our fish in one barrel.
That makes more sense to me.
Of course.
Well, if you have a big enough gun, that makes sense.
Okay, we no longer have our smart, wise one.
I'm right here. We'll be fine.
She wasn't
Well, yeah,
talking
yeah.
about you, Horace.
No, she was. He's rich, remember.
Right, I wasn't talking about Heen. What now? Where do we go from here? I have a terrible sense of direction. My nature check is not ever very high.
I think we need to find a tree. That was our original plan. And then
Yeah,
we're going to
we're-
go to
We have to go to Theckham.
Theckham, yes.
Why do we have to go to Theckham?
Because apparently weird stuff happens if we try and go from the back half to the sun half.
It's not the back half, it's the front half, you idiot.
Okay, Phineas.
Your half is the back half.
Fitting, no more beer for you.
That was good.
Okay. So we have to go out into the fog and find a tree. Is that correct?
I have a pretty good sense for finding trees.
Oh, perfect. See? This solves itself.
Okay. Well, before we go, and I'm going to look pointedly at Mo, does anyone need to use the bathroom?
I don't know.
I'll wait.
I actually do.
You know what? Honestly, guys, we should just all go to the bathroom at the same time from here on out. We can't split up.
You know,
anymore.
he has a point. We should have bathroom buddies.
Wait, but that's not fair to me.
You and
Do you feel
Durgus?
uncomfortable?
Oh, no, I'll just go with my emotional support demon. And as I walk away, you'll see like Kriv's tentacles exploding out of me as I walk to the bathroom.
You know, I'm kind of glad I don't have to go in there.
Is that how tieflings pee?
I don't want to know.
So this is what I want to know. If you're in the bathroom with that thing going off and somebody else goes in there, are they going to like worry for your well-being? Like, are you okay in there?
Oh, I think if someone walks in, they're probably getting sucked in. Just that's an eldritch horde just in a bathroom. Just
Imagine what it's going to be like next time I bring a date home.
hey, some people are into tentacles. That's a whole different podcast.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
I love my emotional support demon.
You eventually venture once more into the enigmatic path of trickery, the dense mists shrouding your senses and thoughts alike. The air is thick with a sense of confusion, each step you take echoing with the whispers of souls that seem to be both near and far. Ethereal figures flit at the edges of your vision, half-formed apparitions of those who have lost their way in this fog-bound labyrinth, condemned to wander until their souls are no more. Illusions occasionally flicker into view as well. Lush gardens that dissolve into barren wastelands, treasures that you know to be nothing more than mirages, and glimpses of lives that you could have lived.
Yeah, but I bet JR goes after every single
Every
treasure mirage
single
there
one.
is.
And after a couple hours pass, despite the disorienting environment, determination prevails, and you do eventually find a wooded area with trees large enough to teleport through.
So while we were traveling through that, before we get to the trees, I'm going to try and hang back in the group with Sensei until there's an opportunity I can catch him where maybe it's just us.
Sure.
I'm going to walk up to him and just kind of look up to him because he's floating. So, Sensei, I kind of overheard something Immigoth said to you.
What would that be? This isn't about my name, is it? That was a lie.
No, of course that was a lie.
Oh, of course.
No, I was kind of curious. What happened with your brother?
His expression immediately changes. Will you make an insight check for me?
I hope I'm good at those. I am.
How?
I think I picked it. I don't know why.
You get tricked so much.
I got a 20.
Wow. He's trying to keep his face expressionless, like holding a poker face, but you can see he's clenching his jaw. He's maybe even holding back tears. He's thinking about something that he does not think about often.
Seeing this, I'll say to him, it's okay to talk about it, Sensei. I mean, we've all been through a lot. And if you open up about it, you usually find out that people can relate and help you.
His shoulders will slump as he accepts that he's going to talk about something he maybe has never talked about before. And he looks around to make sure that no one else is nearby. And it takes a moment. Like he's trying to figure out exactly how to put this into words. And finally he does, and he says it quietly. Guards had discovered that my brother could cast magic. Completely harmless light cantrips, I assure you. Yet still they blackmailed my family, demanding 100 gold. Else they'd inform the Seekers. We were shepherds with a small flock, couldn't afford such a lofty amount. The people of Belior are so afraid of magic that they fail to see where true power lies. Wealth. It has been many years since my brother left the light. And perhaps you overheard. Well, it's true. You do remind me of my brother in many ways. I hope that doesn't change anything between us. You are still my student, after all.
I'll kind of just be nodding as he's talking, letting him finish the story. That's tough to hear, Sensei. I'm sorry. But, I've realized on this entire trip, there's a saying that's like, oh, you only get one shot at life. Well, not really in this world. We kind of get 2 shots. Have you ever thought to find him here? He's here somewhere.
Capri died, some 30 years ago. Souls don't last that long here before Espis reclaims them. Wherever he ended up, he is long gone.
Maybe, but the spirits, even though they're being recycled, I still think a part of them is always there. So, I mean, he's somewhere out there.
He nods slowly, thinking about this. His expression still distant.
And look, I know what you did with the moving monastery. I'm just going to be honest. That was a shitty thing to do, Horace. But you still weirdly gave me some sense of confidence that did work, kind of. And I think you can put real confidence in people, actual confidence.
I am learning that about myself.
And I don't know how much time we have left together because we're going back to the living side and you can't come with us. But if you want my honest opinion, I think the sensei you've shown us that you are in these last few weeks, I think that's who you should be until you're recycled through.
He stands up a bit taller. Now, the thoughts that you imagine he's contemplating are more hopeful, more about the future and less about his past. But he says nothing as he walks alongside you towards the tree.
At this moment, we've come to a suitably large tree, and I'm going to cast Transport via Plants. We're going to transport to Theckham, and we will be in the Druid Grove when we arrive. So I'll be the last one through. So you all would walk through, and you actually come out on the other side under a very large, ancient tree.
Ugh, I'm feeling
And-
kind of green after that.
It's actually fairly peaceful. You're inside the kind of confines of the Druid Grove in Theckham, and you would probably see druids going about their business. Probably some of them wild-shaped. So you'd see animals with, well, they probably wouldn't have antlers like mine, but they might. And I'm the last one out of the tree, and I say, I'm
Going to take some time to update the elders here about my travels with you.
Wait.
Yes, Mo.
We're like super wanted. Is this a good idea?
That's a good point.
That is a great point.
You notice I have like 3 pairs of glasses on trying to hide my face.
Oh yeah, I do not look like myself either.
If nothing else, the elders here will want to know of what's happened in Mercy. And I suspect we'd be safe in the Grove, but you would have to be careful traveling through the city.
All right.
I can't guarantee your safety here, but I feel very confident that we'll be safe.
Are you saying once we leave the Grove, we're going to be in danger?
Okay, well, while Finian spends the next few days filling them in, do you guys want to go to town with me?
Well, I do need to get some clothes.
Yes, you do. I don't think the tablecloth made it through the tree in one piece.
I thought he was wearing the Emperor's new clothes. You know, he likes finer things.
Boom, baby.
Wow.
Or wait. Is that what he
Boom,
said?
baby.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Leaving the Druid Grove, everyone except for Finian, you step out into the sprawling streets of Theckham, the grand city built on the very edge of the Path of Solidarity, where Vitara meets Noctara, a place stuck between day and night, life and death. The sky above stretches like a canvas painted with oranges, pinks, and purples, colors you're not used to seeing in the sky. And though you don't quite see the sun yet, you do see its light for the first time in weeks, passing through the thick mist of Logol that spans across the horizon. Among the crowds of spirits and people that fill the streets, you notice another presence has taken root. Peacekeepers, Triton ghosts that are entrusted with maintaining harmony. You've encountered them here before, but not nearly to this extent. It seems perhaps they're looking for something, or someone, or a group of people.
Oops.
Oh.
Anyway,
Oh, no.
it sounds like there are maybe some things you want to do in the city before you leave.
Okay, so in addition to casting Disguise Self on myself, I guess I'm going to look like a Triton. I think that's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
cool.
Yeah, kind of weird, sort of like a red tinted Triton. I will cast Prestidigitation on you two. What do you think is your most prominent feature? Don't say your penis. That you want me to disguise. I'm assuming
My
like
mustache.
you want me to get rid of your mustache.
It is his
No,
most
I don't
make
want
it
it to
bigger.
get rid of it. Bigger. Just add more facial hair.
So I'm going to get rid of your facial hair altogether. Whoa, where did your
Baby
chin
face.
go? Oh my.
No wonder he wears that.
Yeah.
Now you know my real age.
Mo, what do you think?
Can you give me like big bushy eyebrows?
Yeah, I'm going to give you like the bushiest, like 2 black caterpillar eyebrows. And because you're so expressive, they're going to be like moving up and down constantly.
You're like a Eugene Levy motherfucker.
Yeah. And
Horace, I imagine, is okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
I think
and
so.
I assume Durgus is still in the Grove with you.
He is.
Okay, yeah, because I was gonna give him a disguise, but that's fine. Okay, Horace, because I think have one more slot for Prestidigitation. That's the most number of times I've said that word correctly in this podcast, by the way.
You have me beat by the number of times you just said it.
Right? In your life, right?
Yeah, in my entire life.
Horace is bald, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to give him these like long, luscious, like golden locks that he can just like flip over his shoulder whenever he feels like it.
As
And it'll
he-
like sweep across his face, kind of like a surfer dude.
Okay, as he flips the ghostly hair out of his eyes. I don't think this is quite necessary. I'm not a wanted man.
Yes, but you look fabulous regardless.
Do I? Is that true?
Honestly, yeah.
Fabulous.
If anyone's listening to this and you feel like doing some fan art for what I just did, I will give you 1,000,000 points.
So here you are in the biggest city in the world. What are you doing?
Well, I have 4,000 gold to spend.
Ooh, but he can't get tricked now. So
Oh.
That's a willing thing.
Okay, so it sounds like you're all buying stuff, Mo.
So I went to a really skeezy dealer, and what he had on hand was a bag of holding that already has a bunch of stuff in it.
Wait, you're buying a used bag of holding?
Yeah.
Okay.
How much do you think that would run a guy these days?
Wait, what is it filled with?
I don't know. He didn't tell me.
Okay. Why don't you roll an insight check for me? We'll see how sleazy this guy is.
Oh, I rolled a 5, which that's, I guess, a 14.
Oh, your insight is good. Okay. It's 2,500 gold, and it is filled to the brim. It looks like whoever owned it before you was a hoarder. So it is... You can't even comprehend the depths of the horrors that you might find in this bag of
Oh,
holding.
you know what this reminds me of? Have you ever watched that show where, like, they bid on the containers?
Yeah.
Yes.
storage
I'll give him
wars.
3K.
Okay. You weren't bidding, but great.
He's doing it with the one guy on it. Yup.
JR.
I'm just gonna get some clothes
Oh,
and
okay.
get some extra ones that I'll put in my bag of holding that had Heen written on it.
Okay.
And I just crossed it out and wrote JR.
Oh,
Are you buying fancy clothes like you normally wear or something else?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy the same clothes I always buy.
Okay.
Who am I kidding?
Tana.
Oh wait.
Oh,
I'm gonna buy stretchy clothes,
are you planning on
especially
getting
pants.
great.
So if I change, it'll be like the Hulk.
That's
So
perfect.
they'll just be purple
Oh,
pants.
smart.
You want to know what's so funny? The first thing that went in my head was like, "Oh, are you going to be eating more?" And then, okay, of course.
Tana.
Pack on them pounds.
You were telling me that there is an item I can use to increase my spell save DC.
That's right.
How much is that?
Do you want to increase it by 2?
Yeah, 2 would be good.
5,000 gold.
Awesome. Okay, so is it like a gem?
It can be whatever you want
Cool.
it to
It's going to be a gem. I'm going to make it into a ring. That'll bring me up to a 20 spell save DC.
Oh, very
Woohoo!
strong. Very strong.
And then I just got a lot of greater healing potions with the rest.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Your to hit with spells also increases by 2.
Wow.
Oh, I want to go start a fight right now. Hey, JR, come here.
Wait, no.
Okay.
Finian,
Yeah.
you're in the grove. Are you going to buy anything after the 40 hours or whatever?
It only took 36 hours, guys.
Oh,
Come on,
okay.
I'm not that long-winded.
Great.
You sped up a lot.
That's character growth.
Yeah, I've really made it more punchier with my
Great.
storytelling. Yeah, actually, I buy 15 greater healing potions, which I am going to keep and also distribute a few to the rest of the party. And I buy some treats for Dagris.
Adorable.
And and a bag of holding.
Okay.
Did you get a full one?
I did not get a full one.
Man,
I just
they
bought
pulled it.
a small. I don't need a big one. I got like a minor bag of holding, whatever it is. You know,
Okay.
I don't need like the volume that you guys do. I'm not really into material stuff.
After a day of shopping and talking to druids, you all finally reconvene and presumably make your way towards Logol. Based on your nods, I'm going to go with yes. As you traverse Theckham's maze-like streets, you pass through the city center at some point. A bustling plaza dedicated to Hyaguth, the hill giant, demigod of solidarity and creator of the dwarves. Here, a statue of Hyaguth stands tall with her arms outstretched in welcome.
Why is this statue not me?
There was an illusion over it last time you saw it. You thought it was you. Passing by, Mo, you hear a familiar voice in your head.
Huh.
Mo, I have news from Skystead. Might now be a good time for conversation.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, I say out loud.
What was that, Mel?
Huh? I'm on the phone, excuse me.
I have checked in with your family. Unfortunately, I could not get too close. They are under heavy Empire surveillance, it seems.
Oh, no. I didn't even think about that they would get involved in this.
Who would get involved?
He's saying that out loud, too.
Yeah. You know that really rude thing that people sometimes do when they like put their finger up when they're on the phone?
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Rude.
Tell you what, Sadiq. This is kind of freaking me out. I think, well, we're in Theckham now, so I think we can make a quick stop there and maybe see what's going on. What do you think?
It is risky, but if you care about your family as much as I believe you do, perhaps it is worth it.
Okay.
Would you like me to stay and meet you here?
If you have the time, I would really appreciate it.
I always have time for friends.
Oh, well, that's really sweet, Sadiq.
Oh, Sadiq. He's talking to Sadiq.
I
Hi,
will-
Sadiq.
We do need a new scion.
Tana
so-
says hi, and Jarrah says we need a new scion.
I don't think I could ever fill Heen's footsteps, but I will meet you in Skystead and do my best.
Okay, I'll try and find a way. Oh, wait, we have the sending stone. I'll let you know when we're in Skystead.
Very good. I will see you soon.
All right, well, I don't know how to hang up, so I'm just going to be quiet.
You hear him hang up.
Style tone.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, guys, so I know we're on like a really tight schedule and stuff, but do you mind if we make a quick pit stop back in my hometown?
Why?
Well, the Empire is surveilling my family because I think they're still mad at us, and I can't leave my family to that.
But isn't that the opposite of what we should do? If they're surveying them, making sure that they're not interacting with you, and then you go and interact with them.
That's right. I agree with Tana. This seems like a trap to me.
Good job, Horace. Good job. I like you.
I think we have to go.
What? You just said we shouldn't go. Are you just saying that to be contrary?
I think he is.
I think it's already decided that we go, so we should go.
What?
Who's decided?
I don't know. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
No.
that's ominous. But hey, that means JR's on my side. And you know what? Maybe it is a trap. Maybe it is a trap, but my whole family is involved in something that I can't just leave them there. I don't know.
Well, do you want to rescue them and bring them someplace safe?
Yeah, that would be nice. Somewhere where the
So you
Empire's
have a
not looking
plan
at
once
them.
we get there. We're
Yeah,
not just going
absolutely.
to go there and hope that we know what to do next.
I could talk to Kriv and see if he could protect them down in Pandemonium.
What
That's
do
a
you
great
think, Mo?
idea.
Would you like your family to be in
Yeah, okay,
Pandemonium?
let's do this. We got to protect them.
Wouldn't
Let's
they
go.
be safer in Mercy with the elves?
I think we have time to decide about
Yes,
that.
perhaps we'll sell them that bridge when we get to it.
Okay, I guess it's decided.
As you walk through the crowded city, you hear the raging sounds of a waterfall drown out all conversation. You remember this place, the divide between Vitara and Noctara. A waterfall that spans the entire world runs upward here in Noctara. On the far side of Logol is another waterfall, one that flows downward on the Vitaran side. Between them swirls the bright white mists of Logol, the great being of balance and judgment. The fog seems more quiet and still than it was last time you were here. Hopefully that's a sign that Logol's balance has been nearly mended. After passing the last building, the city abruptly ends before the fog begins. Inside, your souls will be laid bare and judged. Do you step in?
I'm going to perform a medicine check on Logol.
Okay, sure.
I rolled a 24.
You, as a druid who is close to life and death and the balance between, you feel a sense of balance, a sense of stillness here that was not quite this tranquil last time you were here. The It seems like maybe this crazy idea to kill the remaining demigods is actually not a bad one.
In case it wasn't obvious to you, it seems like Logol is mending.
I'm gonna blow on my claws.
Not to ruin the moment, but I'm afraid this is where we must part ways.
Wait. You're going to finance this whole venture.
With what? Ghost money?
He's worth 2 million gold.
I mean, you could see right through him the whole time. He was never going to go with us.
And I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not good with numbers, but JR, isn't your family like worth more than 2 million gold? Aren't you guys like super elite people?
That's true. My dad's dead, so I guess I inherited a lot of money. I have so much health now.
Horace, you drove me nuts. I almost killed you 12 or 18 or 22 times. You can't
Wait, what?
say a cliche worse shit. And sometimes I want to smash your smug pug nose into your face. But all that said,
Just turns and walks through.
All that said, walks in. Aphorism salad. I like that.
after thinking about it for maybe a beat too awkwardly long, I'll put a hand on his shoulder. You're not half bad.
No, I'm pretty grand, aren't I?
Yep, that's what I'm talking about.
You see Finian sneering over the side of this conversation.
Thanks for fixing what you ruined in our buddy over here.
I hope I have done enough. I wish you all luck in your travels. May you defeat Thogoth and mend our broken world. And if it's not too presumptuous of me, I hope one day that we may see each other again. I'd like to think of you all as friends, perhaps aside from Finian.
I'll miss you, Leslie. And your gold. Could have been so beautiful.
Come on, JR. I'll lead you towards the mist.
2 million.
I know.
Finian's already walked away while this conversation is happening. He's entering the mists.
What about Dergus? Does he?
No, Dargus is with Finian.
Oh,
Mo,
Me.
Sensei puts a gentle hand on your shoulder and speaks softly so the others don't hear as they enter Logol. Are you satisfied with your lessons, young Modus?
I am, Sensei. I think we've traveled a unique road together. And honestly, I don't think I would have changed it. I think we both learned a lot.
I think we did. You know what I've always said, when life gives you nails, make a hammer. And we have done just that. I have but one final lesson for you, if you would be willing to hear me one last time.
Of course, Sensei.
Those hand wraps of yours allow you to land more decisive blows, yes, but I do not think they grant you the power to change the way your fists deal damage. That comes from within. I may be a fool and a liar, I admit, but I know a great monk when I see one. I am deeply sorry that my lies kept you doubtful, but doubt no longer. You are not only a great monk, but a great man, Modus. And I am truly proud of you.
I'll just be staring at him, just not saying anything. And then I will give him one last respectful bow.
Oh, we are beyond that now. I taught you all I know. Except remember that knowledge has more value when you keep it secret.
Yeah, I'm still working on that one, Sensei.
One more thing before you go. I left a rather large coin purse with an informant of mine in North Harbor, a goblin named Few. If you ever find yourself there, the gold is yours. Treat yourself to something nice, on me, of course. Perhaps a nice pair of shoes. You certainly deserve them.
I think I'll take you up on that offer, Sensei. And As for you, I'll kind of like gesture towards the city. I think you can actually help everyone here without taking money. I think you should actually start a monastery on this side and get people ready for the next transition.
For free, you're saying?
One last kind act.
Yes, I suppose I owe it to the world, don't I?
We all owe the world something, don't we?
Good luck in your travels, Modus. I have complete faith in you. And he will turn and wander back into the crowd of ghosts and people.
I'll watch him until he disappears, and then I'll turn and...
Oh, he'll look back to make sure you're watching him.
Damn it, he got me. And as he disappears, I'll turn and head back to the party.
The mighty roar of the waterfall dwindles as you enter Logol. Even the sounds of your footsteps are muffled in the austere quiet. As before, walking through Logol is like walking through a mirror, one that reflects back your life. Memories play out in the fog, swirling from one to another. For every act of mercy, you see an act of malice. For every memory of peace, you see one of pandemonium. You know this feeling. Logol is sorting through your life, balancing your actions and judging your soul. If you would like, you may share a memory or two that Logol might find important to the tale of your life.
As I'm walking through, this memory that has been with me forever resurfaces. But as it plays out differently than I remember it. And I realize maybe Logol is showing me something important.
Oh.
As I'm walking through, you see young Modus trying his best to cut down a tree, and somehow he broke the axe. And his father stands above him. And from my memories, he was so disappointed in me that I couldn't even cut down a tree. And he said to me, you know, I don't think you're meant to be here. And I remembered it. He said it just so defeated. But as I watch it again, I realize he says it with hope. You're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be doing something else. And I realize I was putting the disappointment in my family. It was me adding it in, not them. And I realize it was never real. It was in my head.
So as I walk through the mists and the memories start flashing, you know, my life's memories start flashing in front of me like this mirror. I see one that's particularly meaningful. I'm standing there with Dergus as we walk through the hall. I'm in the hold of the sinking ship, Deadbeat's ship, and I've just found Dergus. And he and I have begun our conversation, and I'm comforting him. I'm about to release him from his cage. And I'm also counseling him. I tell him things like, you know, it's important to be wise and balanced in your decisions. You know, evil acts may have their place, if only to preserve order and balance. And great acts of goodness also need to be measured. If they don't achieve the desired outcome. And then I say some other things to him, and then in closing I say, and it's also going to be incredibly important that you keep your identity a secret for as long as possible.
Wow. You know how like in the movies, you know, you see children like playing through the meadow and they're like, you know, laughing and the sun is shining. Mm-hmm. Right? And they're giggling and stuff. Well, that's what my memory is like. But instead of a sunny meadow and flowers and like a sun cresting the sunflowers that glow with the halo of light, it's me and Kai and a bunch of other like tiefling children, you know, running barefoot over smoldering embers and lava and, you know, the ashes that fall from the sky. But still, you know, laughing as we do. And one of my stepbrothers come over and shoves Kai to the ground, and he's laughing because Kai he's very small and he's always been sort of frail. And my eyes start to smolder yellow as I immediately turn on this little tiefling boy, and I'm getting ready to just burn him to the ground. And Kai's hand reaches up and grabs me by the wrist and says, "It's not worth it, Tana. Let him go." And I say, "But then how will he ever know? How will he ever know? How will he learn from his mistakes if I don't teach him?" And Kai says, "Why should you waste more pain and anger chasing someone away when you could stay here with me and we could keep playing?"
Oh.
And I understand now how much depth there were in the words of such a small, frail little boy. And I'm going to keep that with me as I cross into the mist.
Okay, my memory is we appear trapped in a cave. A cave-in had just sealed off the entrance. I'm there with a young woman with black hair. She is flipping through a spell book, trying to find the answer to get out. I'm currently feeling for any kind of crevice so that I can get grip and rip the rocks off, but there doesn't appear to be any holding that I can grab onto. My investigation is instantly stopped by a thud of a book, and I turn around, and the woman, Iris, sits down and looks at me. She just crosses her arms. "Well, now is as good as the time as any to tell me what you wanted to talk about." I stop for a second. My hand will go into my coat pocket, and I feel the blue scale and think to myself. And then she interrupts my thought with, "Well, Jacob, out with it. You don't always need to be cryptic. Just tell me." My hand will grip around the scale and tighten, and I just think to myself, God, maybe Shamir was right. It's not fair to keep this going. I know how this all ends. Maybe I should just end it. I wish I'd just met her before I made the deal. And as I begin to speak, she shushes me, and we stand in the darkness. And then I hear it. Along the outside of the cavern walls are 1,000 little taps, synchronized, moving along. We're not alone in this tunnel.
Ugh.
That's gross. Also, why is young JR getting into so many life-threatening situations? Go do your homework or something.
The somber moment ends when a ballista bolt slams into JR for 36 piercing damage. JR, I need you to make a DC 15 strength save or being knocked backwards and pinned to the ground by it. No one's looking at me wide-eyed.
You can't attack us in here. That's illegal.
It's like attacking us in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Or like in the church. You go to church and somebody's, throwing
Rude.
rocks at you.
Distracted by my vision, I did see this but wasn't completely aware, so instead of getting out of the way of the ballista, I do kind of remember that it's happening. So I'll give myself a 14, so I'll take the damage, but at least won't get pinned.
So you're caught off guard, but at least you're not pinned down to the ground. Mm-hmm. Your enemies, whoever they may be, have surprised you, obviously. Echoing from somewhere up above drifts the gentle sound of a harp, or maybe a lyre. Something about that tune tugs at your exhaustion from the past year of travel. You all feel your eyelids growing heavy. Each of you must pass a DC 16 wisdom save. Finian, your roll is a 19 from Allie, and Mo, yours is a 12 from Hollymac.
Awesome. Well, with a 12, I am boosted up to a nice 21. So thank you, Hollymac.
Jesus, this is a save?
Yes.
God, I'm going to have to use it. So I also remember that after I get hit, that this would happen. So I'll give myself an 18, so it gets that -3, but I still get my boost. So it'll be a 19.
Does anyone fail?
Oh, yeah. I was so caught off guard by the ballista hitting him in the chest that I'm caught quite off guard.
Tana, you gain a level of fatigue. A creature subtracts 1 from all d20 rolls for each level of fatigue they have.
Okay.
And here,
great.
I have a little poker chip, if you could give that to her to denote that. A broad human man with a shaved head emerges from the fog up ahead, an enchanted scimitar in both hands. He's clad in partial plate armor and leather and walks with the confidence of a soldier. He raises a scarred eyebrow as he speaks.
You're not even trying to hide. You got balls. I'll give you that.
Then, without warning, he opens a small portal and thrusts his right scimitar into it. It emerges behind Finian, but is deflected off of your plate, as the attack is a 4 from Vic.
Nice.
Furrowing his brow, the man takes another 3 attacks through this portal at you, Finian, missing every single one because of Linda, Hollymack, and Jason's divine intervention.
Awesome.
Wow. Frustrated, this attacker uses Action Surge to gain 3 more attacks. Though he changes tactics. This time, he uses one of the scimitars to tear a portal in reality just large enough for a person, and he jumps through it, appearing behind Tana. Jason gave another 5, but it isn't quite low enough, and so all 3 hit for 30 slashing damage.
Ouch.
As the scimitar cuts deep into your back. And now, let's roll initiative.
That's
Oh my
rude,
goodness, who is
rude
this
way
guy?
to start.
Ooh. Man, this man, he literally woke up and chose violence.
Oh, yeah. Tana.
Yeah, well, I was just stabbed in the back 3 times, so I got an 8.
Made
I'll do
sense. Mo?
I got a 19.
You were not stabbed in the back.
This
I'm
time,
also,
Not yet.
I'm also like a little low-key insulted. He attacked those 3 as if I'm not a threat.
It is worth
Why'd you
noting
say
that
it
you
like
were
that?
not
I
attacked.
promise you I noted that.
Finian.
I was very much distracted by all of the tink, 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 tink as these scimitar attacks come flying through this hole in space-time. So I was really flat-footed, and I have a 4.
And JR.
I got pelted by a ballista. I also got a 4.
wow.
You guys are not ready for
It's up
this.
to you, Mo.
Another ballista bolt comes screaming out of the fog, again, still targeting JR. With a 24, it hits for 41 piercing damage.
Jesus.
And you need to make a DC 15 strength save.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Whoa.
Okay. So the bolt apparently just pierces right through you, and you are unaffected. I mean, you're hurt, but you're unaffected. You're not displaced by it.
I watched Game of Thrones. I know what these do to dragons.
Mo. So did they apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just looking around absolutely baffled. I'm going to turn and look at this guy. Is he wearing, like, any sigil or anything that I would recognize?
No. Make an insight check for
All right,
me.
let's do that. I'm getting a lot of insights today.
Yeah.
Oh, I rolled a 5 again. That's a 14.
While he carries himself like a soldier, he's fighting roughly. He comes across more like a mercenary than a soldier.
Okay. Well, I mean, while he's attacking Tana in the back, I'm gonna run up behind him and show him how cool it is to get hit in the back. So I'm gonna attack him. Let's hit him 4 times.
His AC is 17, and Mo, 2 of your attacks are a 16 and a 20 from
Wow.
Jason and Tom.
Ooh, awesome. Thanks, guys. So with those 2, and then the 2 I just rolled, I have 2 crits and 2 regular hits.
Oh, God.
Because I rolled
Wow.
a 10, so that also crits. Okay.
Justice with the fists.
Oh, you
Yeah.
rolled a crit with one of the others?
With one of mine. I rolled a 10
That
and I got
becomes
a
a
20.
natural 1 from Ricky.
No!
Oh, no.
Chaos.
The gods giveth and they taketh away.
That's how it's
Clearly.
got to be, you
Yep.
know? Okay, so I have 1 crit, which I want to get this guy's attention on me. So what's the most annoying damage type? I feel like acid because it's kind of itchy. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna...
it's just a little
It's
itchy.
burny and itchy. Yeah.
Okay, so on the crit, he's going to take
Poison.
16 acid or poison.
Poison ivy damage.
Poison ivy damage. There we go.
Okay, now it's
I pulled
really
that out
itchy.
of Finian's bag. And then my 2 other hits, he'll take 25 punching damage.
Ooh, okay. His skin immediately goes red from the irritation of the poison ivy. The mercenary, whatever he is, vanishes and emerges out of a portal behind Mo.
Oh, man, that's just cheap.
I got you, boo.
Taking 4 attacks against you,
I don't got you, boo.
landing 3 of them.
Ugh.
For a total of 34 slashing damage.
Ow.
And then he will teleport about 30 feet away so he can see all of you at once and has his back towards the fog and not
Fair.
towards
Yeah.
you. The music continues from up above, though it seems to be gaining momentum, becoming louder, becoming more frantic, and more relaxing. Each of you make, this time, a DC 17 wisdom save.
26.
Hey, 17 exactly.
I got 28.
18.
Okay.
The monk beat the druid.
Yeah.
No one gains more fatigue this round. Tana, it's your turn.
I'm feeling super triggered right now. I just got stabbed multiple times, so I will call upon my emotional support demon to wrap this guy in tentacles, so he will need to make a strength save. Also, while he's doing that, because it's technically a bonus action, I will cast Blur on myself, so I can be blurry and harder to be stabbed again.
Well, the next enemy save is an 8 from Allie, so he fails. And he is grappled by Kriv.
He will be grappled by Kriv, and unfortunately, I am blurred, but I am also cast in a lot of black smoke because I had to cast Tides of Chaos in order to protect myself. So we're looking at a 97.
97 is a blank. We've seen this before, which means, Tana, what do you look like when you go unleashed?
I am floating up in the air, and my wild midnight blue hair is floating around me like a halo, and my eyes are seething with golden yellow light as I start laughing maniacally as I am enveloped with chaos. And for those of you who forgot, because I actually did not, all of my damage is always chaos. I do an extra die of damage with every spell, and my enemies have disadvantage, so boo.
That's not good.
What?
I mean, for him.
You,
It's not good for him. Finian.
I'm going to cast Mass Cure Wounds. I haven't gotten to use that one yet.
On who?
On everybody.
Has returned!
Everybody gets 3d8 plus 6.
Wow.
Roll your own because I don't want to roll all 3d.
You only have to
world's
roll.
laziest
You roll
healer.
it once and then you get
You only need to roll
no.
it once.
I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, it'd be cooler if each of you got your own.
Okay.
Get your own rolls.
I get 16, baby.
I got 14. Thank you.
Thanks, friend.
And JR?
I'm gonna look around to see if I see that stupid ballista.
You've been impaled by it twice, so you know which direction it's coming from. But the whoever it is obscured both by the fog, and they seem to be standing perfectly in the direction of the sun. So they're like exactly concealed. They're perfectly concealed by the sun and the fog.
As I run forward, I'm going to turn into a dragon. And unlike last time where I stood up more human-like as a dragon, I'm going to be a little more using 4 legs.
More beast-like.
More slithering through past people. And I'm going to move in that direction and fly up and look down so I can look down away from the sun.
How far do you move?
My flight is 40 feet.
Okay. Given the distance you're able to see and your better vision as a dragon and your better vantage point, you can make out a blur, a silhouette in the fog about 60 feet away.
60 feet. Awkward. I will breathe in and unload 3 beams of wind. Eldritch Blast.
His AC is 17. However, because of the obscurement, it's 22.
Luckily, I have advantage from height. Ha ha, a 19. So plus 13. That's crazy. Okay, another 19, so I hit twice. So I hit all 3 times.
All 3
Bravo.
find purchase on this silhouette.
So that will be 10 force plus 8 force plus 14 force.
Ugh. You guys are mean.
Says the guy that came out of a hole and started stabbing people in the
Yeah.
back.
So yeah, it's like I'm breathing wind from my mouth.
Out from the fog, the silhouette fires another ballista bolt at the dragon who is attacking him and hits with a 26 for another 38 piercing damage.
Leave me alone.
Make a strength save or be knocked out of the sky.
Oof. I'm going to use my inspiration on that one. Hey! 18.
Then you're good. Mo, it's your turn.
So I'm just going to take off because I got gross monk speed. I'm going to run the 100 feet.
Oh my god.
So I'm going to use my movement, which is 50.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action from a key point, which is 50. So I still have my action by the time I get to the ballista.
So you arrive, you find a Triton with not a ballista, but a bow, who is he's dug out a little hole in the soil to fire from.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to say as I walk up to him, you're doing this without a ballista?
Taken aback that you just emerged from the fog, he pulls out a dagger that's clearly dripping poison, ready to attack.
All right, man, I'm going to give you one chance. Put the knife down or we're going to have to wrestle.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, that's not bad. We got a 20, not nat.
Oh, that's really good. He hesitates. He lowers the knife a little bit. Are you going to do anything?
No, I got to follow my morals. I'm going to turn and... this is really dumb, but I hope JR can see this. But I'm going to try and give the dragon in the sky a thumbs up. Like, we're all good.
Okay, I'll roll an insight.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I believe you.
Cool.
Yeah, as you turn your back to the Triton, he does not stab you. He seems confused, like this wasn't maybe the fight he was expecting. But then it's the mercenary's turn, who is currently wrapped up in tentacles.
Yummy.
Unfortunately, of all the people to wrap up in tentacles, you chose the guy who can make portals and teleport. He will cuss under his breath after taking some weird slimy acid damage from these tentacles that are writhing all over him, but he'll teleport away. And in fact, he'll teleport up to you, Tana. He can't fly, but he can fall with style and attack you as he's falling down. He will drag his scimitar across your leg as he drops for 13 slashing damage. He'll take some fall damage as he hits the ground, and then he'll take a moment to assess the situation, figure out who's the biggest threat and how to best counter it. He will choose to hit the guy who's healing the party and use his remaining 3 attacks on Finian.
You do always have to attack the healer. That's the rules.
He will hit twice for 22 slashing. Once again, the bard's music is picking up pace and just drawing out your energy. Everyone make a DC 18 wisdom save.
Whew, God, I'm doing good on those wisdom.
Oh, I rolled
I
a
need it.
16. That means that's like, oh, that's so gross. Because that's plus, I get plus 9, so 25.
I got a 21.
Throw me a poker chip.
Yeah.
I don't even
else?
feel it though. I'm having a great time.
Yeah,
Having a
of
great time.
25.
Okay. Tana's just a little tired, but it's fine.
I'm fine.
Tana, it's your turn.
Well, I will be furious and scream really loudly and send hellish rebuke in his direction, but in black flames. He will need to make a dex save
Well,
with disadvantage.
This save is a 2, also from Allie.
Beautiful.
Man, the gods are coming in to
Yeah.
fight this one.
Cool. So, in addition with the firestorm that I am raining down on him, black fire, it is wicked looking, which was 64. He will take an additional 20 points for 84 chaos damage.
Wow.
I am
Wow.
angry and also cackling because I'm having a great time.
In the last moments before the firestorm hits him, he will desperately try and open a portal to absorb some of it and redirect some of it. So the two of you need to make opposed acrobatics checks. However, he rolls a 6 from Tom.
Yes. See, I don't even have to, twist reality at all to make that. Okay, I rolled a 9. So, boom, baby.
That was enough.
I'm yawning as I'm doing it.
His reaction time isn't fast enough. Yes. And the portal does absorb some of the damage, but he fails to redirect it anywhere else.
Beautiful.
Finian.
Is Tana where I can reach her?
She's like 30 feet up, I think. So
floating on a cloud of chaos.
Using a bonus action to cast Misty Step, and then I do a Cure Wounds for
Bye, Finian.
27 points of damage before I then fall to the ground.
Bye,
Finian. For our listeners out there, I can hear the rules, lawyers. I feel it. You can't cast 2-level spells in the same turn, but to you I say, it was cool. I'll allow it.
I am taking a beating for it.
Yeah.
So, hey.
Finian, you only take 8 bludgeoning from the fall.
All right.
Thanks, friend.
JR?
I guess I'll take up towards the sky and try and look for this bard.
Make perception for me.
Oof, not good. Yeah, 4.
The music is coming from all directions, and the way it interacts with Logol's mist is disorienting. You're not entirely sure where this bard is hiding in Logol.
I will cast Control Wind and try and make a vortex of swirling wind to hopefully interrupt the music.
The bard will make a strength save with advantage because you're not sure where this bard is. A 16?
My spell save is 18.
The bard fails. And you can hear the squawk of an Aarakocra caught in a gale force wind, and the music cuts out abruptly. The Triton will stand up out of the hole he dug and look at you, Mo.
I mean, if half the shit they say about you is true, you're pure evil. You sucker punched the Emperor in the guts. But you're sparing me? Why?
Yeah, listen, man, I'm just gonna be honest. I don't like hurting people. I mean, I get in fights, but I don't enjoy it. And listen, man, I'm just gonna say this much. We're in the middle of Logol, a place of judgment, and you're attacking people you don't even know.
I know plenty about you. Empress Kalia has decreed you terrorists. Rumor has it that you've killed both Tregeth and Imigith. And here I thought Imigith was just a children's tale. And that's just the start of your charges. When we get back to the Empire, I'm sure someone will read them to you. If there's any good in you, you'll come with us peacefully.
I'm gonna put my hands up, obviously not gonna attack him. Look, I don't know what people are saying about me, and just for the record, I didn't even know Empress Kalia was a thing. When we left, it was Emperor Kavis, okay? And just so you know, both of the demigods willingly stepped down because it's healing Logol. We only have one more giant to talk to, and Logol will be healed.
You're making a lot of persuasion checks this episode.
Here we go.
Make another.
Here we go. Okay, that's not bad. It is a 19.
He will sheath his dagger, mumble something under his breath, and then run into the fog away from you.
Oh, thank God. Whew.
It was your turn, so
Yep.
We'll go on to the teleporter. A portal opens next to Finian where you fell, and out comes the mercenary,
Yay.
both scimitars ready to attack. He's not
Bastard.
super happy with you keeping everyone healthy. He will hit 3 times, slamming down into you with his blades for a total of 33 slashing damage.
Tosser.
The bard's music will continue, but it starts at the beginning, not built up. So everyone just make a wisdom 16 save.
You made the bard restart the song. How
Oh, wow.
rude.
I actually
Thank you.
got it this time.
29.
16.
I know I would have been screwed without that.
Okay, everyone. Sounds like
Yeah.
everyone's good. Tana, it's your turn.
Yeah. So 4 different scorching rays will erupt from my hands. 2 will go towards the guy who's like stabbing my friend, rude, and 2 will go towards the bard. I can see him, right?
Make a perception for me.
Yeah.
You are flying up high.
$15?
Yeah, you can see a silhouette where the bard is.
Sweet. Awesome. Well, okay, so the 2 going towards the bard hit with 28s, I'm assuming.
That hits.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
saying I'm assuming
Oh, yeah.
they hit. And then the one going towards the tosser, I mean, the lowest one is 25.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So all 4 hit. Okay, the bard will take 17 chaos damage. And the tosser will take 19 chaos damage.
Wow. Okay, it's not looking great. In fact, it looks like he's maybe second guessing being here at all. Finian, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel this onslaught of attacks, so I'm going to bring out the Halo of Spores. And
I
get my
was
temporary
lowering
hit
down. I was lowering down to you,
Yeah.
but I think I'm gonna go back
you
up
can't
now.
be affected unless I want you to be.
Okay, I'll
Yeah,
slowly
so it
start to come
it only
down.
hurts you if I actually
Or if
deal
she
damage to you.
smells it.
That was the
It's
thing.
invisible, odorless. No, it's probably not odorless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about damage. I was worried about it was olfactory damage.
It's olfactory damage. so I gain some temporary hit points, which is good. And also, just so you know, I don't know if you're aware, I have the fungal body now at 14, so I can't be critically hit.
Ew. Good to know.
Can't be
Ew.
easily hit.
You
That's
should
I cannot
see
be critically
Nolan's
hit.
face. He was like just
That's
disgusted.
always.
Every
It doesn't
sentence.
require. So just in case you're attacking me.
Good
and
to know.
Every
Yeah.
word in that sentence.
Every sentence just got grosser.
There's all sorts of gross stuff going on here. I've got spreading spores, fungal infestation.
Can you stop
Finian.
telling us about your hygiene issues?
Finian, can you roll intimidation for me?
I will roll intimidation. 10.
Okay. He smelled worse things.
Yeah. And I think I'm gonna misty step away from this guy again.
Okay, fair enough. JR.
Okay, I am going to use my charges to change the weather into a storm up here.
Oh.
And then disappear into the dark clouds. And then as the bard's just flying around, I'm going to pop out of a dark cloud and grab her with my claws.
You find a macaw Aarakocra clutching a lyre close to her chest between your claws.
And I'll just look down between my feet where I have her clenched.
Hey.
Because I'm following Mo's lead and we're not killing him, so I'm going to keep her restrained in my claws.
We're not trying to kill them? Yeah. Yeah, okay.
She failed her concentration save on her music, so the music stops again.
God, you're the worst audience.
That's true.
Yeah, I already learned that last episode.
Between the rain and the thunder and his skin being burnt to a crisp, what were you calling him, Rach?
The tosser?
The tosser. He realizes that he no longer has support from the artillery. He's going to curse under ragged breath.
Shit. Fall back. This bounty ain't worth our lives.
Tana, he turns to you and gives you a curt nod.
Now, if you'll excuse us.
Then with a wave of his hand, he'll open another portal and it will close the moment he dashes through it.
Toodaloo! I'll just give him like a cheerful finger wave. Fingers that are probably on fire.
JR, you hear that order echo through Logol, and the bard will just timidly look up at you. Like, can I go?
I'll look down. How much was the bounty?
Roll intimidation.
JR turns us in.
Low, but I have a plus 10, so 13.
Here, let's add another D4 to that, shall we?
Ooh. 14.
She's surprisingly calm considering the circumstance. It seems like the three of them did read up on you before they entered the combat, but she will answer.
750,000 gold.
Ooh, we should turn ourselves
Yeah, I
in.
know.
That's a lot of gold.
Understandable.
Do you release her?
Nope.
No.
I think we should have a word.
Yeah, I'm bringing her down so we can talk to her.
I just as quickly as the combat started, it ends. You're left in the unnerving silence. Even Logol seems to be processing the battle as memories of the battle itself flash before your eyes.
That would be trippy.
So from the storm above, I'm going to descend. So a blue dragon with a bird in his claws descends, and I'll just drop her in front of you guys and then land. And we're all circling her, just menacing, Avenger style, to Loki staring at her.
Yeah, I'm like a black fire elemental with 2 glowing yellow eyes.
God, we look like the villains.
We do.
And I'm like a halo of spores coming around.
We
are the villains.
We are the
You look
villains.
awful.
Yeah.
If you're going to kill me, do it quickly.
We're not going to kill you. We're going to send you off with a message. First, whatever you think we've been accused of is wrong. For the most part. I've shared the story of our adventures with the druids of the Order of Theckham. Please go talk with them and bring that message back with you to the Empress.
Yeah, she nods. Clearly, she has no other choice in the matter. It's that or die from her perspective.
And then just one last question. The new Empress, I mean, is that Kavas' daughter or what?
She nods, yes.
Wait, the Empress's daughter, we saved her.
We did, as we were fleeing the city in Belior.
North Harbor, right?
As we were fleeing North Harbor in Belior, we saved her.
Maybe she'll be willing to sit down and talk to us.
She'd better be.
Maybe she'll at least take the word of the Order in Theckham. If we can get a message from there, and this one could do the work for us so we can keep moving on.
Yes, could you speak to the Empress?
I'm going to take a step forward, and I'd like to roll intimidation
Sure.
with a 28.
Yeah.
I'm going to get real
very
close to her
intimidating looking.
face.
Shaking.
I'm going to kneel down next to her with like my golden yellow eyes boring into hers. You'll do us this favor, won't you?
She nods emphatically.
Thank you. But that's probably like the most horrifying maniacal grin as I stand back up and back
her
away.
to back away from you on all fours and fly away?
Yes, but also I think she knows in her sinew and bones that if she doesn't do what I'm asking, I will come and hunt her down until, I'm out of this form and like...
Remember, we want talks of peace.
Could one of you just like give me a really hard slap across the face?
Not me. I'm not fucking with that form.
Not the dragon. What? Finian, could you just like slap me across the face like really, really hard? Just don't ask. Just do it.
I turn and I slap Tana across the face.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
I shake my head really hard. I blink and like the yellow goes away. Like, hey guys, how's it going? Did I tear any holes in reality?
No.
Not
Did I
more
kill
than
anyone?
normal.
Yeah, not more than normal.
Did I kill anyone?
Unfortunately, no. That mercenary should have died.
Well, I don't know, man. I think I get it. 750,000 gold as a bounty for us. I can't
Apparently,
blame them.
Yeah.
Apparently, we're famous.
I am really hungry. Seriously, chaos makes me hungry.
I pull some food out of my bag.
I don't want your food.
I prepare like a great feast every day and put it in my bag of holding.
Ew.
So there's like delicious food in there.
That's been there for months.
I just got a bag of holding.
Hey,
Every day I put fresh food in there.
That's
from
okay.
the great
Fresh, air quotes. Mo, you have a bag of holding, right? Do you have anything in there?
Oh, I actually haven't looked yet. Hold on, let me see. And
See
I'll
if you
open
have
up
like
So
I don't
you
know,
refuse
like
my
a,
fresh food?
Yeah, like a protein bar maybe, or like chocolate. Like the darker the better.
I will take a look.
Thank you.
I'm going to open up my bag of holding.
Now that you have a more of a chance to sort through what's in here, there are a surprising number of acorns filling this.
What?
You also do find a hibernating squirrel amidst the acorns.
My name is Kit Montoya. I was hibernating. Prepare to die.
I'm just going to close the bag of holding. Guys, this bag just has acorns and an angry squirrel in it.
Sounds like food to me.
If you haven't listened to Of Dergus and
Dergus,
Friends,
hearing you say this, perks up. He goes,
I'll just look at Darius. Do you want the bag of holding?
He's saying he wants to speak to the squirrel in the bag.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna open it and point the bag in the general direction of
So
Darius.
Dergus reaches his snout in there. And if you didn't know this, pigs love acorns. It's one of their sources of food. So he's in there and you can hear him like, and then, right. And then he pulls out with what you can only imagine is a smile on his face while he's chomping on a jaw full of acorns.
and then the squirrel reaches up and closes it again so he can go back to sleep. I should note the squirrel is really fat. He really was hibernating for a while.
I'll look over to Tana, just baffled.
Tana is as baffled as you are.
I don't think there's any protein bars in here.
Is it worth reaching in there and grabbing a couple acorns or
No, I don't want to.
I'm gonna answer myself yet. No.
I still have food in my bag. It's fresh, I promise.
Okay, fine.
All right, so I reach into my bag of holding and I pull out a turkey leg.
Oh,
It's fresh. It's warm.
it's like surprisingly yummy looking. Okay. I mean, although I am a vegetarian. Wait, aren't you a vegetarian?
Well, I pack for everybody.
You'll see a long tongue go and wrap around the turkey leg and then whip it into my mouth.
Okay.
So Finian reaches into the bag of holding again and pulling out a large bar of dark chocolate hands it to Tana.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Dragons can't eat chocolate. We're like dogs. Anyway.
You continue on, and it takes nearly an hour to reach the far side of Logol, but before you know, the veil of fog begins to thin, granting you a view of the bright sun over the distant horizon. Its warmth feels nothing short of divine. Well, except for Finian, who has to pull his cloak tight
I
against it.
pull out my sunglasses and pull my cloak over my eyes.
For the second time, you've made it back into the light. The city of Theckham continues on this side, and the sunlight means that trees are abundant. Finian, where to next?
I think the next place we need to go is Skystead.
Okay. Then, as you step into the tree and into your next adventure, that is where we'll continue next week. Thank you for listening to our podcast, and a special thanks to our greater deities, Ricky, Linda, and Tom. Our deities, Zach, Vic, Alleycat, Jason, Holly Mac, Malpomene, Ride, Andre, Pete M, and Indy. Our Celestials, Ironjaw, Lee, Tasha, Terry, Little Lib, Nick, Virgil McClurkin, and Chris Kremkow. Our heroes, Ray Kitsune, Chris Mitowski, Soren, and Vansel, and all of our adventurers. If you want to completely turn the tide of battle like they did today, come join us on Patreon. And another thanks to SD-Way Gaming for supplying our dice. That's all I have for today. See you next week.
See you guys next week.
See you, everybody.
See ya.
When I went to the bathroom, I used a 4th level spell slot.
Wow.
Oops.
It's okay if I'm blocked up. I got to use like 6 or even 7 key. But
I gotta use a wish spell. Sometimes.
I wish
you
Did you have to use key points?
You need more fiber in your diet. Boom. Outro.
If I had a 9th level spell, I'd use it to just like poop be gone.
That would be your 9th level spell.
And then
But wait,
after
the
a long
monkey's paw. You didn't explain how it goes. How it
Or
leaves.
where
You
it
didn't
goes.
explain that.
And then you have that downside where you're exhausted all day.
Ew.
I'm so backed up. I wish I wasn't anymore. Oh, hey, all good.
Long rest, you cast it again. Poop be gone.